back with another. We're back with another death battle. Jesus Christ. Madara versus Aizen. I'm be honest. I haven't watched Bleach, the 1,000-Year Blood arc. I mean, which version of Aizen are we? Well, I guess he was alive at the end. By the end, right? But Madara, are we taking the Madara that I would have made? Madara wins. Why am I even having this conversation? Madara wins. If it was a shit talking competition, I don't know. If we're talking about Aizen saying like, he be saying crazy stuff. Like he be talking shit. I feel like anytime he opens his mouth, he talking shit. But Madara saying, "Would you like these shadow clones to also use what was it called? You know, the armor shit." Madara be talking too. And then like he says, this is not power of your creation. Like there's gravitas. Aizen just be like, I know I hurt your feelings, you know? No, but they both cool as hell. They're both cool. But honestly, I prefer Naruto.
Uchiha, the legendary messianic shinobi from Naruto.
Madara got him.
I think Madara the Soul Reaper who stood upon.
Because, okay, so he can control people's senses, but Madara does also have genjutsu. So like, this is why I hate these conversations. You know what I mean? Because you don't know if genjutsu necessarily works on Aizen. Or the Aizen's, well,
I
don't fucking care.
We may dream of glory, but these two have the will to power to take it by force and claim a seat among the gods.
But this is the first one where I'm like, I'm probably gonna get it wrong. I don't know.
The biggest, baddest anime bosses around, and not even death can stop them. Ghost versus zombie. Let's go. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. Endless destruction, countless dead, a plot to conquer the planet. The ninja world was at war.
For the fourth time, only one man could save humanity from itself, from beyond the grave.
The same man who orchestrated this war in the first place in order to end all wars forever. Madara Uchiha.
From birth, war was the only thing the young Madara knew, and there was no ninja he liked fighting more than Hashirama Senju. They're basically ninja Romeo and Juliet.
Belonging to opposing clans, Madara and Hashirama were forced to battle each other for years, all the while dreaming of a better future.
Their bromance eventually overcame their clan's differences and the two groups merged, creating the village of Konoha.
But Madara wasn't satisfied with Hashirama's dream of peace through cooperation. He desired an immortal peace through total domination.
Everyone else thought that was crazy, so he bounced, and then he came back to wage war against the village he helped build. Well, that didn't last long, huh?
Madara's megalomania was perhaps faded, considering he is in fact the reincarnation of the demigod Indra Otsutsuki and the inheritor of his immensely powerful chakra.
Basically physical and spiritual energy that makes ninja magic. Madara specializes in fire and wood style jutsus.
I didn't know that.
Just seems irresponsible.
I didn't know he was reincarnation. I guess I'm not gonna lie, that whole Great Ninja War arc is kind of a blur. I'm not gonna lie. There's some stuff that you remember, like when Guy opened all the gates and when the Amaterasu shuriken, not Amaterasu, whatever Kakashi had. There's certain things you remember, but a lot of it I'm like, story wise, I was like, what the fuck is going on? I'm not gonna lie. Especially when they introduced Kaguya, I was like, is this another filler? I didn't know. Sword, yeah. Storm style, light. Okay, so we're taking into consideration his Edo Tensei, not Edo Tensei, his reincarnated version where he had the wood style implanted. Storm style, light fang. Don't even know what that is. Chakra absorption. Sensing technique.
To put those together like a gender reveal party waiting to happen.
His wood is especially impressive, considering it's the only style of elemental jutsu that can create life. Why are you looking at me like that?
That's fire. I didn't even think of that. I always wondered what was so special about wood style. Because it seemed like every other style except it could take a tailed beast, but that was about it, you know?
Madara can even use his Gunbai to absorb ninjutsu and return it right back to sender. You know you're a badass when you can take on armies with just a friggin' fan.
Madara has torn apart hordes of ninja without breaking a sweat, taken a beating from every tailed beast at once, and even defeated the 5 Kage, some of the strongest shinobi in the world.
The Raikages even stated to be fast enough to move at light speed, and even weaker ninja like Orochimaru have dodged literal photon beams.
But Madara's greatest tool is the one born from his very bloodline, the eternal Mangekyo Sharingan. These magical eyes massively enhance his perception down to the cellular level, allowing him to predict movements, see the flow of chakra, and summon the mighty perfect Susanoo.
The Sharingan
That's
can
what the
also
armor
cast a genjutsu that'll trap anyone that looks at it in an illusion, and even break them out of those same illusions.
In Sasuke's case, even one's as strong as Itachi Tsukuyomi, which can warp your perception of time. Itachi used it on a fellow Uchiha and made her live out her entire life in the span of 1/100th of 1/1000th of 1/1,000,000th of a second.
That's so
And
funny.
when she died in the illusion, she died for real. If Sasuke could break out of it, Madara could too, easily.
And after grafting some of Hashirama's cells onto himself, he
Would
not
always have a piece of his Romeo inside him. This is my ship, Wiz.
Okay,
Stop looking at me
so
like...
he did that while he was alive. I thought it was just the reincarnation. Okay, all that shit's a blur. Though I remember original Naruto pretty well because I liked it, but Naruto Shippuden, I was
not
on and
only
off
gained
that,
a healing factor strong enough to regenerate from having half his body vaporized, but also the terrifying Rinnegan.
AKA the big chungus of all eye magic.
Oh,
The
that's
Ringy
why he
eyes
can absorb chakra because
Madara-
Rinnegan. I was thinking about that. I was like, when could he
absorb chakra and ninjutsu, create invisible limbo clones, see and remove your soul from your body, and summon giant-ass meteors, as if he needed any more fucking powers.
While the Rinnegan lacks some of the Sharingan's unique abilities, he can switch between them at will.
After tearing the ninja world a new asshole, Madara was finally defeated in a climactic battle for the ages by his BFF, and thus the life of a legendary shinobi came to an end in the arms of his one true love. Or did it?
All right, this is gonna get pretty crazy, but just bear with me. Fearing a defeat in battle, Madara set a time-delayed jutsu that would posthumously rewrite reality and bring him back to life. And it worked! So Madara tricked another Uchiha, Obito, into witnessing his best friend murdering his other best friend. Then he tasked Obito with manipulating the world into another war. Meanwhile, he gave his own Rinnegan to Nagato with the goal of getting it back after he was brought back to life the second.
Please tell me that the anime just didn't show all that. Because I don't remember, honestly, a lot of what he said. Like, of course, I knew about him kind of trying to manipulate Obito. But, like, how would he have known that he would see Kakashi do that to Rin? And then I thought it was... But I knew that... Okay, whatever.
Time with the outer path.
I'm going to assume it's manga shit. A lot of this.
Because he died again. Make sense?
Manga?
The second time with the outer path. Because he died again. Make sense?
Nah, that'll never work.
You're right, it didn't! So Obito went out and got the Rinnegan back from Nagato's corpse, because he died. Then Kabuto brought Madara back to life, and he got his eyes back from Obito after some backstabbing. Then he sealed the awakened Ten Tails within himself in order to gain ultimate power and create the world's greatest nap time ever!
Look what you people have done to him. You'd think Ten Tails' power would be awesome, but those stinky 8 balls of doom are so lame.
Don't let their size fool you. These truth-seeking orbs are in another league. The Ten Tails is strong enough to wipe continents off the map.
I wasn't sure which version they were going to take, but I guess all of them.
Orbs can be shaped into weapons that will completely disintegrate anything they come into contact with. Not even ninja resurrected through Edo Tensei like Minato could regenerate limbs lost to the truth-seeking orbs, which means they had to erase his literal spirit itself.
Madara's power was so insane he was considered comparable to the original Sage of Six Paths, the dude who helped create the friggin' moon.
And when Madara created meteors, they were large enough to show up against the curvature of the Earth. Measuring their size and estimating the height at which Madara lifted them, they'd have to possess a potential energy of at least 372 petatons of TNT.
He was even fast enough to keep up with 8 Gates Guy, who kicked hard enough to bend space. Madara even has an attack where he hawks light speed loogies.
Considering even base Madara has displayed speeds on par with light timing ninja, we know 10
It's so interesting to me that a guy over here who's using words like pentatons decided to create a YouTube channel and like this is what he does with his life. Like that's so cool to me. But at the same time, bro, you need to be in the lab, the science lab,
even
curing
base Madara
shit.
has displayed speeds on par with light timing ninja. We know 10 Tails Madara would have to be significantly faster thanks to the 10 Tails' power.
With virtually no one left to oppose him, Madara's plot was finally in the endgame. He awakened the Rin Sharingan, and with the God Tree summoned, he cast the infinite Tsukuyomi, spreading the tree's roots across the entire planet and capturing every single person in the world. This would enslave all of humanity in an endless dream world free of conflict forever. Peace through total domination.
Manipulating this tree with his chakra would have involved physically spreading its roots through and around the entire Earth in mere moments. Estimating the tree's mass and the speed at which
Aizen gonna
moved,
beat
his
him.
chakra must have released an energy exceeding 1 yotaton of TNT.
And this
Oh,
was
there's
with just
Yodaton
one
again.
jutsu. Is there a character that could possibly even touch Madara Uchiha?
Kishimoto himself didn't even know. Madara's power was so overwhelming, the only thing that could take him down was treachery.
Even the man with the magic eyes couldn't see that coming.
All that was left was his old friend Hashirama, there to comfort him in his final moments.
Just like Romeo and Juliet. For never was there a story of more woe than this of Hashirama and his Madabro. I read it in iambic pentameter.
Is there a gas leak in here?
Now the real fun begins.
The Soul Society was in chaos. One of its leading Shinigami was set to be executed under suspicious circumstances. A band of humans from the living world had invaded to save her, and Sosuke Aizen, captain of the 5th Division of the
That
Goten
nigga's so
13,
cool, man.
was dead, murdered.
What dastardly mastermind could have been behind all this? He'd have to be a galaxy-brained 5D chess master.
The
Aizen.
man responsible was, in fact, Sosuke Aizen.
Little is known about the man's past, only that he isn't a man, a human man, but a soul reaper.
These Shinigami are spiritual beings who ferry lost souls to the afterlife and purify those who have turned evil in the living world.
They're badass anime wizard Grim Reaper swordsmen. Though Aizen himself was hardly that cool. I mean, just look at those glasses. Dork.
But this Clark Kent was harboring a secret. Aizen had spent years attempting to develop the means to ultimate power, ruining the lives of many of his colleagues via his twisted experiments.
Oh, so when Aizen does it, he's a supervillain. But when you do it to me, it's shut the hell up, Boomstick. You're under NDA, and I know about the stuff you've done.
As a Shinigami, Aizen's body is made of Reishi, being spirit matter, and empowered by Raryoku, being spirit energy. Entities made of Reishi are completely invisible to anyone without specific supernatural awareness, though a Shinigami's body is still tangible and can be damaged normally.
And with his Raryoku energy, Aizen can create incredibly powerful blasts. He's so strong, weaker beings will literally disintegrate if they get too close to him.
This is due to
Fuck,
his
he's crazy.
Reiatsu, a localized
Forgot
spiritual
about that.
pressure exerted as a result of his enormous power.
He also knows tons of Kido, or spells. He can create force fields, bend the light around him to make him impossible to detect, fire concentrated bolts of lightning, and absorb the energy from his surroundings to make giant-ass energy dragons.
Perhaps his deadliest Kido is Kurohitsugi. After an extensive incantation, Aizen surrounds his target in an enormous black coffin that distorts space and time and tears its victims apart.
I'm not
Aizen's
seeing
bloody
anything that Susanoo counters, right? Like I'm not seeing anything
Finally came to fruition during the invasion of the Soul
that beats
Society.
Madara, but we
where
got a lot of
he
videos.
faked his death using his greatest weapon, his Zanpakuto, Kyoka Suigetsu.
A Shinigami Zanpakuto is a magical sword that possesses a sentient spirit. Kyoka Suigetsu gives Aizen complete control over his victim's senses the instant they lay eyes on the sword. This complete hypnosis traps its victims in a nearly perfect illusion that Aizen can manipulate at will.
I just can't imagine that the Sharingan can't see through that. You know what I
Making
mean?
himself
Because if a Sharingan can counter Genjutsu, like if Sasuke's can counter Itachi's Genjutsu,
virtually immune to attacks while his opponents are sitting ducks.
It's so strong that it kept a group of ex-Soul Reapers known as the Visored trapped for over 100 years without them even knowing it. It's one of the most broken powers ever and the definition
That's
of
insane.
anime bullshit.
It was all worth it when he perfected his ultimate creation.
I just realized this is the first anime versus anime.
An immensely powerful reality warping device that, quote, materializes the user's wishes.
In Aizen's case, it realized that
Although the Hogyoku itself has no explicit limits, the amount of power it grants to the person is dictated by the wielder's will. The moment their will falters, the Hogyoku will reject
quote,
the wielder.
materializes the user's wishes.
in Aizen's case, it realized his desire to become the strongest being in the universe. With it, he can heal any of his wounds, even when half his body is vaporized. And more importantly, it exponentially increases his power over time through evolution by turning him into a horrifying butterfly monster man.
A being eventually strong enough to dethrone and replace.
Is this gonna be a spoiler?
The rough.
The only I don't know if that's a spoiler, because I do plan on watching the rest of Bleach. The only souls we see in the living world are those from, because from what I remember, I think he was being sentenced. I think that was the last I remember of Bleach. The only souls we see in the living world are those from Earth, since Soul Society and Hueco Mundo are meant to be home to the souls of the dead. It's safe to assume they're the same size as Earth.
Roughly the same size, this would require an energy of over 140 zetatons of TNT.
Aizen is powerful enough to vaporize mountains as a side effect of a sword swing. His casual energy blasts can disintegrate huge chunks of the earth, and he can take on armies with just
But I thought that was Ichigo shredding the
Aizen is powerful
mountains
enough
with
to
his
vaporize mountains as a side effect of a sword swing. His casual energy blasts can disintegrate huge chunks of the earth, and he can take on armies with just his Ryatsu alone.
He even defeated the rest of the Gote 13 without so much as breaking a sweat.
So he should be way stronger than Soul Society heavy hitters like Kenpachi, who sliced this 120-kilometer wide asteroid.
I don't know about that. Okay, well maybe in his final form, his butterfly form, sure, but it wasn't. I feel like I heard this somewhere or whatever, that when Kenpachi was in Hueco Mundo with the flower guy, damn, how do I not remember his name? I heard that Kenpachi not being in the world of the living, fighting Aizen, like Aizen was the most afraid of Kenpachi. I feel like I heard that from somewhere.
Heavy hitters like Kenpachi, who sliced this 120-kilometer wide asteroid to pieces.
That's roughly the width of Great Britain. An asteroid of this size would have to carry a kinetic energy of at least 44 petatons of TNT.
And Aizen was so badass, he literally transcended other Shinigami in power. He was in a whole other dimension from the rest of them.
Until he fought Ichigo Kurosaki.
The battle we've all been waiting for. Way before this in the Soul Society arc, Ichigo was already as fast as lightning. And by this point, after all his power boosts, he'd even be faster than light. Hell, even weaker characters like this lady can dodge light beams.
Though their fight was epic, Ichigo had transcended the Shinigami as well, and even Aizen himself. Feeding upon his insecurities, the Hogyoku abandoned Aizen, who was quickly defeated and imprisoned within the bottommost level of the Soul Society's prison. Aizen was left alone. His great power he sacrificed so much to achieve was gone forever.
Or was it? Somehow he ended up getting even stronger.
Okay, I don't want to be spoiled. I don't want to be spoiled.
Base than he was at his previous max.
All right, so he's
It's
stronger.
definitely the chair. And, ooh, since the chair could still hold him after he got stronger, wouldn't that make it even stronger than him? Even stronger than the Soul King? All hail the mighty Chair-sama, most powerful being in all of Bleach. He even managed to hold his own against the Quincy warlord Yua, who absorbed the power of the Soul King himself. He even used Kyoka Soigetsu to trick him, and Yuha's a dude who can literally see every possible future all at the same time. All according to Keikaku, bitches.
And after standing
Damn, that's kind of strong. Every possible future? That sounds stronger than the Shinigami.
among the gods themselves, Aizen returned to captivity and pondered the meaning of his existence.
Even trapped in a prison, sealed off in a different...
Who knows? No empathy, only
I
the
really don't want to be
drive for power.
No one has ever stood at the top. Neither you
Again, I guess.
nor me. From now on, I alone will stand at the top.
I don't remember his dub sounded like that.
All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
But first, if you want the confidence of an anime supervillain, check out Bleach.
I think Madara wins.
This episode is
Confident.
Let's see the code. But I don't know. I feel like Madara wins though.
I can see everything.
That's so funny.
Did you see that?
I don't know. He's maybe Isaac is speed blitz Madara because Madara's powerful, but God damn.
I would expect nothing more from a human.
He's using the Rendagon already? That's just a no.
Parlor tricks. Don't get so full of yourself.
Oh, this fight. I don't know, man. There it is. That. Okay. Right. Saw that coming. Fire though. Fire. Yeah, this song is fire. You good, bro? He fast, man. He fast. We need to hit him with that truth seeker. There it is. There it is. Nice.
I love it. The thrill of battle, the pounding of my heart, the taste of my own blood. I love it!
That's fire. I like that.
You almost had me there, you tricky bastard.
Nothing escapes my illusions, human. Know your place.
That's truth seeker shit.
What a wonderful dance.
I love that. I love that line. Would you like to dance too?
KO! Of course.
Yeah, I 100% guess rate, man.
One, he fake died twice for his 5D chess plan, while Aizen only fake died once.
Aizen and Madara were extremely evenly matched in raw power and speed.
That's what I'm
By
thinking.
our calculations, Madara spreading the God Tree's roots with his chakra was about 7 times more powerful than the best that Aizen could scale to with his Raryoku. And both ended up being roughly as fast as each other.
While there are a range of possible feats and numbers to go with to determine their limits, the point is they're always going to be close to even.
Which means the main
That's
thing
what
that
I thought.
mattered here were their powers and how they countered each other. Madara's enormous variety of abilities eventually
Right.
overwhelmed
That's
Aizen.
what I'm
While
thinking.
Soul Reapers like Aizen may be invisible to regular people, the Rinnegan allowed Madara to see invisible spiritual beings like his own Limbo clones. Hell, the Rinnegan lets you see and remove human souls, and that's exactly what a Soul Reaper is.
Both chakra
Right.
and Raryoku utilized spirit energy and operated in similar ways, being formed into attacks like ninjutsu and kido. That meant that Madara's ability to absorb ninjutsu allowed him to nullify the vast majority of Aizen's range attacks and even dispel his force fields.
And despite how OP Aizen's
That's
complete
genius.
hypnosis was,
I didn't think of
Sharingan
that.
users can break out of illusions no sweat,
Right,
even
right.
ones as powerful as Itachi's Tsukuyomi. And since Madara can switch between the Rinnegan and the Sharingan at will, he'd be able to break out of an illusion anytime he wanted.
Aizen's illusions are nearly perfect, but fellow Captain Unohana was able to subconsciously notice its flaws. With an eye as perceptive as the Sharingan, which can spot imperfections in genjutsus all the time, it was only inevitable that Madara would be able to quickly break out.
However, the same couldn't be said for Aizen, who never showed any resistance to the kind of mental illusions Madara can create.
Even setting illusions aside,
Yeah,
the sheer
sure.
quantity of offensive options at Madara's disposal, whether it be his clones, meteors, or monsters summoned by the Rinnegan, kept Aizen constantly on the back foot.
But none of that mattered if they couldn't kill each other, and both had pretty insane healing factors that could recover from just about anything,
What a truth
except for
seeker.
those pesky 8 balls of doom.
Madara's truth-seeking orbs were capable of completely molecularly annihilating spiritual beings and preventing them from regenerating. And again, Aizen was a spiritual being.
Since Aizen lacked the ability to do the same irreversible
Since characters much weaker than Madara and Aizen perform light speed feats, they will likely end up much faster. However, based on further calculations, they'd still upscale to roughly the same
damage to Madara, the ghost of the Uchiha had exactly what he needed to put this actual ghost down for good.
Aizen was an unbelievably overpowered foe, but Madara's own powers, illusions, and devastating truth-seeking orbs allowed him to crush the ex-Shinigami.
Sosuke should have kept his eyes on the prize. And,
Do you feel any shame at all?
moderately. Double pun. Suck it, Wiz.
The winner is Madara Uchiha.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you for watching this episode of Death Battle. If you're looking to get some merch for the holidays,
Yeah, I know. I got you. Damn, a death battle with anime characters without the dislikes doesn't feel the same. Whoa, why did so many people? Oh, maybe because they didn't like how it ended. I guess because I don't think people would just hate on anime. I don't think everyone forgets Aizen. Well, of course there are people, but you know what I mean. Everyone forgets Aizen's most impressive power. He turned a pair of glasses into hair gel. No, that's actually funny as fuck. Say what you want about the result, or you gotta admit the part where they laughed in sync at 1912, complete with their faces being cut together, was actually sick. That's what I'm saying. Brother, ha, I fooled you. That was my illusion. My death was just an illusion. Your comeback was just an illusion. Your brother Azuna was just an illusion. Your Bankai was just an illusion. You winning against Hashirama was just an illusion. All your illusions are illusions. I think what is being forgotten is Aizen's Hogyoku. The Hogyoku keeps making Aizen more and more powerful. Current Aizen is far stronger than Aizen, who fought against Ichigo. Yeah, but it's only as strong as the will, and I feel like if Aizen's on the back foot against Madara the whole fight, as he's powering up, eventually it'd be like same as the fight against Ichigo. You know what I mean? It'd be where his insecurities kind of, but I don't know what the current Aizen is like. So let me shut up. Finally, I win this battle. Okay. At what point did you think I wasn't using my? The part where Madara starts talking about loving battle, then he and Aizen start laughing mad. Is yeah. All right, cool. I mean, yeah, man. That Rinnegan and Sharingan is insane, and then the durability and strength, and then like Truth Seeker orbs. I don't know. I felt like Aizen was really strong, but Madara had too much shit. Hope you guys enjoyed the video though. If you did, like the video. If you didn't, try another video. Maybe like that one. Go to the original video, leave a like. On that, keep your head up. Peace.
I'll walk through the valley of the shadow of death, and I fear no evil because I'm blind to it all.